Hello and welcome back to Breaking Down the News. And today we'll look at Abati's rendition on the River State crisis and what he said and how he break it down, and his warning for President Tinubu, his warning for Nyesom, Wike, the River State elders, and Governor similar Fubara as well. I think we've missed, all of us will say we've missed Dr. Abati on the morning show on the Rise. This time around, he doesn't miss word by breaking everything down. How President Tinubu has enabled former governor and the current minister of FCT, Nyesom Wike, in doing the things he has been doing in River State. And also how the governor, similar Fubara, has missed out on this whole saga. The interpretation of the laws as well. So if you look at what Abati said, he doesn't really miss mouth. I think he has said it. He has said it point blank. And also, what is the Supreme Court interpretation of those clauses that have been there, of those judgments that have been passed before, with respect to cross-carpeting, with respect to moving from one party to another, which is cross-carpeting, and various parts of the Constitution as well. I think for me, I just think that Abati, or Dr. Reuben Abati, has really bring it into limelight with all that he has said within 6 minutes in this show today, and hopefully let's look at the clip. Let's look at what he said. You might not like Abati for me, even me. Sometimes I don't really like him, but I just think that he's spot on what he has said with regards to what is really happening in Rivers, especially with the Ijaw Youth Council and with the Ijaw National Council as well, coming out to make threats that if the governor is being impeached, that Rivers State will be grounded. I think that's also, for me, is for me that's a big threat, and we also need to call it out as well. But let's look at before we play the video. Please kindly subscribe to Pondering Nigeria. Kindly like this video. Kindly share this video as well. And let's see what Abati have to say in the entire 6 minutes long in this video.
Number of critical issues here. The first is that the primary responsibility of the Nigerian state is to ensure that there is peace, there is stability in River State, and that the people of River State do not suffer unnecessarily for the ego politics, as we have seen in Lagos, Osun, elsewhere, that is being played by politicians. And it is as follows. Now, at the end of the day, the people who are going to suffer are the people of River State. They are the ones who are going to suffer because the Supreme Court judgment says that there will be no further federal allocations to River State because the Supreme Court has so decided that there is a reign of illegality and impurities in River State. That's number one. So who pays for that? The people. The second thing is that, you know, the various gladiators that are involved in this, they have been cherry-picking in terms of their interpretation of the Supreme Court judgment in this matter. And in a way, they have succeeded in putting the Supreme Court of Nigeria on the spot. Now, I wrote yesterday in this day newspaper, in the back page column, that I would like to see the certified true copy of the judgment, because it will be an act of utter illiteracy to comment on a judgment that you have not seen. But when I read the newspapers this morning, I saw that some persons claim that they have seen the CTC, that's the Udeze, who is the chairman of the Action Alliance in River State, and on the basis of that, he says he aligns himself with the ruling. I don't know what he has seen. But from a distance, I have not read the CTC. I see that everybody is looking for the part of that ruling that is convenient for them. The governor, for example, has said the local government chairmen that were elected, you know, as he decided, should step aside. The 2015 local government pro-Wike chairmen are saying that they are coming back. That's his own interpretation. Other interpretations by the governor is that, he will respect what the Supreme Court has said. That all of that is within the province of the law. I think that what the aggrieved parties need to do will be to go back to that same Supreme Court to seek a proper interpretation of what their lordships have decided. Their lordships have given directives. They've cancelled local government elections. They said no more, local federal allocations to the state. They have said also that the pro-Wike 27-man Amewule faction are the legitimate persons who should occupy that position. Well, as a student of the subject, what I'll be interested when I get the opportunity to see the CTC is to ask two questions. What is it now that their lordships are saying with regard to precedent in this matter? Abegunde versus Ondo State House of Assembly, 2015, which was an issue about defection. What are they saying about Section 68, sub 2 of the 1999 Constitution? What are they saying about Section 109, 1G of the 1999 Constitution? That would be useful clarifications for students of the subject. But you cannot comment except you have read the CTC. The other side of it is the political side of it. And the political side of it is as follows. I heard that Nyesom Wike, the self-appointed godfather, self-styled oracle of River State, had a Thanksgiving celebration. Now, how can Nyesom Wike constitute himself into a nuisance in River State and he runs riot in River State? He has that privilege because he's backed by President Tinubu. My main argument yesterday in the newspaper was that we're running a world of godfathers, where certain individuals, are more important than institutions, and those individuals then decide that this is the position I've taken and my position must prevail. It is something that President Tinubu must look into. Although he has publicly, as I also argued yesterday, endorsed Nyesom Wike to say this is a minister in whom I'm well pleased. But it must be important to the president of Nigeria that there must be no crisis, chaos, instability in River State. Now that the Ijaw Youth Congress and the Ijaw National Congress, INC, led by Professor Okaba, Benjamin Okaba, are now saying that, look, if you try to remove Fubara, there will be chaos in River State. All the flow stations will be locked up and there will be crisis. That will be a return to the past. We have gone through that route before. We do not need to go through that route again. So I think that seeking a clarification of the interpretation of the ruling by the Supreme Court will be useful, instead of this situation where you have a character called Teme Frank offering his own interpretation, INC has his own interpretation, IYC has his own interpretation, and what's his name? The governor, what's his name? Simi Fubara. He is behaving like he's behaving like
is very sweet.
He's behaving like a weather-beaten chicken. He's looking for every part of the judgment that he can follow. And the elders, the South-South Elders Forum, they are saying, well, we will not capitulate, we will not do this, we will not do that. Well, I hope the elders know what they are doing. Wike now has them in a corner, as it appears on the political front. Well, we would like to see what develops, but we don't need all these fires, Lagos, Osun, Rivers. How many fires would Tinubu put out? He has to stop the fires from flaring.
Absolutely. Welcome back, Dr. Abati.
Okay, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you enjoy what Abate said. But let's look at Abate really point out some certain things which I think, like I said before, we need to look at as citizens and also as people that as people that follows the law and that respects the law. He made mention of Tinubu open backing Nyesom Wike, the former governor of Rivers State, and he also made mention that Tinubu should call Nyesom Wike to order. I think that which I think I support. Wike is just all over the place, um, up to the extent they were having Thanksgiving on Sunday. I don't just understand. There are other matters with regards to this in court, and or the court needs to look at it. And also about the mention that the parties should go back to court, and which I think is sacrosanct. They should go back to court and seek a correct interpretation, a full interpretation of the law. The true certified copy of that judgment is not still yet out. We expect that should be out instantly, but the true certified copy of that judgment is not still yet out. So what is really keeping it? Let's know what is keeping it. Then also, Governor Fubara also have not really helped himself. Yes, he have come out to say that he will respect the law, he will obey what the Supreme Court said. That is his own interpretation. He has to look at everything with regards to what he needs to do to bring peace and stability to his state. And if you look at, on the other hand, the Ijaw National Council and the Ijaw Youth Council as well, if you look at what they are also coming, for me, I think we have to call it out. We need peace. There should be peace in the state, but don't take their word for granted. And I hope that nobody in River State that think that because they've gotten a judgment from the Supreme Court, they will want to go ahead and impeach the governor. That wouldn't also help matter. I think that's one of the points that Abati has not really pointed out. It won't really go help matters for the 27 members, which I think will come back, whether the pending the other judgment from or will I even say the judgment from the court of that is in the court of appeal, whether they cross carpeted or not, they should not think of. That is the warning. They should not think, because we need peace in River State. We need peace across Nigeria now that things are not even really going well in the country. Price of food is up. You don't want a crisis. A lot of people are crying with respect to what they really need at their homes. You don't need crisis left, right, center in Nigeria. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Maybe you might think differently from me. You might think differently from what the idea I have, but let me know. And also, don't forget, subscribe as well.